health science information. Okay, thank you so much for your support. Oh, diba? Ma'am Ruth, how about kung classmate si Jem Ayusores? Okay. Nakakaloka. Okay. Ganon. Okay. Kung sa mag-start na punta ha sa chemical reaction to produce carcinogenic nitrosamines sa mga preservatives. Okay. Like that. Okay. In United Kingdom, guys, there are 10,000 die or death every year because of the high presence of the nitrosamine in their bacon, like that, or their red meat process. So that's why they come up with a law or an act to limit the nitrites. So that of course we limit the nitrites, we limit also the nitrosamines. Just basically the same. Okay? You get the point? Ganon. So until such they agreed for the World Health Organization naman 70 grams per day, something like that. So syalan kayo nito guys, kasi maghilig kayo mga bacon, mga, di ba? Which country or type A or class A countries usually eat bacon like this, you know, because bacon is for the rich. But for the poverty level, of course, you will not buy that. That's expensive compared to the other meat. Check that in the grocery, the price of the bacon. You will be shocked compared to the meatloaf, sausage, hot dog. Okay, get the point? That's why this white people always eat this processed meat for the bacon in the morning breakfast. Okay? But in the Philippines, only if you can afford. Of course, the rich people. But the middle class, they will buy the bacon also. Diba? Ganon. Even hot dog eh. Did you not siya preferred? Kung tubra sa buwan o itlog, mga anak, or beef loaf, or meatloaf, mga anak lang, sausage. But bacon, mga whatever, it's not really the convenience for the middle class citizens. Okay? Middle class citizens below, meaning the class A and the class B, and the C, pataas, and class B. And then, but the class A people, the rich people, always like that. Processed foods like that, fried, hot dog, bacon, like that. Mojo na ilaha, guys, okay? Get the point? But it doesn't mean also that the class A lang. Okay, as long as you preferred it to eat, there's no question about it. What I mean generally, okay, get the point? And the tocino, be careful also with the tocino, ha? Tocino has a preservatives. Okay? And I forgot the ham. Also, I forgot the ham. Why? What's happening to me? Ham. Ham, tocino. Okay? And chorizo. Okay? This contains nitrite. Okay? Then nitrosamines also. Diba? Delicious siya. So as you can see, delicious food have, you know, are also sometimes not good for the health. Nakakaloka. Ang sarap kaya ng chorizo. I love chorizo. No problem. Okay? Okay. And then guys, no, when you heat the food, okay, it will increase the level of the nitrite. Okay, ganun siya. When you heat the food. That's why for example, roast, R-O-A-S-T, roasted chicken. Like that. Barbecue, sinugbang baboy, something like that. These are really prone to cancer due to nitrosamine. And botulism. So, meaning to say, as the meat will become blackish, you know blackish, when you sugba-sugba, the more it is prone to cancer. Sorry, but let me okay siya guys, no? For example, there's a party like that, and then there's a sugba-sugba, whatever, And if the beef and the meat and the chicken, you heat that in the charcoal, right? Or barbecue, like that, then it will become black. Okay, so problem. That's already a problem for cancer. Okay, due to the botulism and the presence of the nitrosamine. Botulism, the bacteria itself, ha. The Clostridium botulinum. Charot. Diba? Ganun siya. And also for, not only for that guys ha, not only for the, heated food or, roasted or whatever. Also the cooking oil. Right? The cooking oil is being heated. Okay? Heated. Now, you reuse that again, over and over again. So that cause also botulism cancer. Okay? Because the more the Clostridium botulinum bacteria will occur in that waste oil, you keep on repeating 2 times using, 3 times using, 4 times using. So you will be developing the botulism cancer, which is life-threatening also. Okay? You get the point? Ganun siya. Okay? Tungkol sa presence sa kanyang mga bacteria sa hari, makabuang. Okay? Ganon. So, magsuhudan pa. Char! Part 2. Diba? Okay. In our organic chemistry point of view. So basically guys, the nitrosamine really guys is really an organic compound in nature. Okay? But the raw material can be inorganic and can be also a mixture of organic and inorganic. But the nitrosamine itself is an organic compound. Whether it is produced artificially or by a chemical process, still the same. Organic siya talaga siya. Okay, you get the point? Nakakaloka. Okay? So, first reaction. So, as I told you earlier, there is a sodium erythorbate and sodium, ascorbate. So, these two are isomers. Meaning to say, they have the same chemical formula. Okay, but differs only their structural formula and to their physical properties for their both health negative effects and health positive effects, meaning their properties and behavior, but the chemical formula is just the same. Okay, for example, if I have sodium ascorbate, gano'n, okay, sodium ascorbate, okay, gano'n, okay, so, most of the formula sa sodium erythorbate, sodium C6H7O6, because they are isomers. Okay, isomers. If you form also the word iso in the term, that basically means similar or equal. Because there's a lot of iso, not only for the isomers, we have also isosceles triangle, meaning to say sides are equal. 2 sides are equal, kang ganon. Okay, what else? Isometry, meaning the length of the rectangle are always equal, meaning the meter. Okay, meter is the unit of length, right? So those isometric, like that. What is isobaric? Meaning the pressure also is similar all the time. Isothermal, meaning the temperature is also the same. Thermal or thermal energy. Okay, ganon. So things like that. Okay, you need to be particular also with the English for this, because it relates to something that we can understand also. Isomer, isometric, isobar, isothermal, and ganon. Okay, you got the point? So, there's a lot. I cannot mention everything about iso. There's also isotopes. Okay? The word iso means similar. Okay? Iso. This is not ISO of the Organization of International Standardization, ha? ISO 45,000, blah blah blah. ISO 9,000, ISO 9002, ISO 14,001. This is not the ISO what I mean, because that is all capital I, capital S, capital O. So this one is I, small letter S, small letter O. And this is not an acronym. This is only a prefix attached to a terminology. But this is an acronym. So ISO, okay. Organization of International Standardization. And this is very unique acronym because this is the reverse. Actually, we will say that one, International Standardization Organization, but that is not like that. It is Organization of International Standardization. Meaning, they reverse it. Sometimes the question also sometimes very tricky. What is the definition of ISO? Normally also, for common people, we will interpret that as International Standardization Organization because I is international, S is standardization, O is regulation. But it's not like that for ISO. That is Organization for International Standardization. Naawit ang S. So, but basically, it should be OIS. You get the point? Just like also the SASO. Okay, the SASO is, okay, another meaning, okay? There's no definition for that SO. This is more on the, the metrology, ganun. Okay? Saudi Standardization for Quality and Metrology Organization. Okay? Okay, ganun. Like that. So, see, you can never see the quality here. The term quality and the metrology in the word SASO. But that is the standard more talking on the quality in Saudi Arabia. But you can never see the letter Q and the letter in there in the acronym SASO. But when you break down that in your mouth, there's metrology and quality. Somewhere belonging here. The same as the OIS. Nakakaloka, di ba? Ganon? Oh. Metrology and quality dito. Okay, Saudi Standards for Quality and Metrology Organization. Okay? Ang O ato nga last is organization. Ang S sa first Saudi. Ang Saudi Standards for Quality and Metrology. Ganun. O diba? Nawala ang kuan. Ang N at saka yung Q. So here, okay, instead of OIS sa ISO, this will become Organization of International Standardization. Basta hindi siya mag-una ang kuanan kaysa ang I. Okay? Ana na lang. Charot. Okay. Ganon. So, both the sodium ascorbate and the sodium erythorbate have the same antioxidant effect. Okay. Theory. The more we add antioxidant, the more we can not achieve cancer. Any types of cancer. Very important. So antioxidants found mainly in citrus fruits and green leafy vegetables. Okay? Why we need that? Okay? To avoid the free radicals due to the unstable oxygen atoms in our system. Unstable oxygen atoms. Unstable. What do you mean unstable? Meaning only less. Then we need to have cellular respiration in our vital organs. How can we do that? By having oxygen intake, proper oxygen intake. Daily tool every day. Okay? For the inhalation. Oh, ganon. And then taking of food. Because carbohydrates have oxygen atoms also. And drinking of water. Again, water have oxygen atoms. Okay? So there's a lot of oxygen atoms. Oxygen atoms from the plants, oxygen atoms from the food, oxygen atoms from the hydrogen, just to stabilize your oxygen. So that we cannot create the unstable or the free radicals in which that is an outlet of the bad organism, virus, bacteria to stay well. Okay, so the chance is if you don't stabilize your unstable oxygen or the unshared oxygen or the lone pair oxygen inside your immune system, they will try to eat up the cell membrane of your vital organs. It will destroy the other vital organs. That's why sickness will come in. Okay, aside from there's no bacteria will come, also the system will be like that, and it will be keep on destroying your vital organs. Okay. So, one requirement is to stabilize your oxygen. Okay, that's why we need antioxidant. Okay, antioxidant So found in citrus fruits and vegetables. Aside from the water, carbohydrates, like that. You get the point? Mga mga palangga. And that, aside also from the oxygen you take from the atmosphere. The 21% by volume of oxygen that God gave to us. Okay, get the point? Ganon. Dili-dili ala tuloy yun na siya. Every second, every minute, inside your room, the AC will give you oxygen. Okay? Siya, hindi pala mo stable yapon yung oxygen atoms inside our immune system. Kadaghan ng oxygen sources. So, meaning to say, there's something wrong with your resistance. Human susceptibility and your resistance is very weak. Kaya musud pa man siya ng bacteria. Dahil nabi kag oxygen. Nakakaloka, di ba? And also, you will improve the lactate level. Okay? As you can notice, lactate level will be determined by the medical technologies, medtech. Okay? They try to record the result of your lactate level. Because if your lactate level is very low, the chance is you are sick. You have diseases. And then you need to get the lactate level higher. Okay? So, you need to have the dextrose. You know dextrose in the hospital, accompanied with the oxygen cylinder for the patient. That's the purpose. Aside from the inhalation, breathing, okay, like that, also for the lactate level to stabilize. Okay? And the doctor will check this every time, the lactate, the presence of the lactate of the patient. Because if we have very low lactate level, a sign that we are very sick. Okay? Ganon. Yung ang lactate naman sa oxygen atoms. That's why we need to add oxygen. Okay? Oxygen from the dextrose and oxygen from the oxygen gas cylinder in the hospital. Right? What's the formula of dextrose? Formula na punta. Okay. Dextrose. Okay. As you can see, it ends in Se. What macromolecules in organic chemistry or biochemistry that usually ends in Se? Okay? Basically, belong to the sugar family. Okay? We have glucose, fructose, lactose, maltose, galactose, triose, ribulose, ribose, like that, cellulose, cellubiose, like that. These are sugars. Okay? Dito part, anak siya. So, O-S-E. So, dextrose also. Right? The same family. Now, as you can see in the sugar family, they are very having isomers. For example, dextrose, glucose are isomers. Ganon. Then, no, it's not the glucose. Okay? Dextrose and the fructose. Ganon. Diba? You get the point. And then, ang galactose food. Oh, ganon. Diba, pareha siya formula. For example, I have here dextrose. Okay, the formula is C6H12O6. The same also with okay, the glucose level, right? C6H12O6 in the blood. The blood sugar. Okay, basically the blood sugar is a glucose. Okay, the same as the dextrose here. Okay, meaning to say these are isomers with each other. Get the point? Because the application of this blood sugar will not be the same with the dextrose, because dextrose is plainly for the cellular respiration of the patient, meaning to say for inhalation. But this blood sugar is for the regulating the sugar in the bloodstream, in the what do you call this one? Pancreas, and in the liver. Okay, and we can regulate really the amount of insulin hormone through determining the blood sugar. Okay, you need to add more insulin. Okay, if too much high sugar, to lower down your sugar level. Insulin hormone is very important to lower down your blood sugar level. So that's insulin hormone. But in this dextrose, not this type. Okay, but the same formula. So these are isomers. You get the point? The same chemical formula but differs in their application or usage. Maybe it's also the same but the application are not totally the same. Okay? Get the point? Ganon. So, ano na yun ka guys Di ba? So, ano ka? So, C6H12O6. So, sa mga identification na higayon na. You should remember the empirical formula. So, CH2O. Okay? Then, the rest will follow. Okay? N man siya guys. N is the number of atoms. Okay? Of carbon. Ganon. And oxygen. So, you mean to say, this is CN, H2N, UN. Now, the N will vary. For example, if you use glucose, there are 6 atoms of glucose. You will say C6H times 2 times 6 plus O times 6. It will become C6H12O6. Because of this formula of the empirical formula. The empirical formula is the basis, which is CnH2n or UN, or simply CH2O lang siya, walay N. But it's understood in chemistry that nothing means N, the number of atoms. Okay, so if this is a 6 carbon atoms, this also can be called as a hexose. Hexose. Okay, because it has 6 carbon atoms. And then in the 7 also, this heptose. Follow the prefixes that I teach you a while ago in my math vlog. Prefixes math. Okay, the negative prefix and the positive prefix. I told you, right? Deci, centi, milli, kilo, blah, 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 so and so. Okay. Octa, ganun, hepta, penta, blah, 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 so and so. Tera, giga, mega, like that. Micro, like that. You get the point? May anak siya, guys ba? Okay? The giga, the nano, ganun, ganun. O, diba? The exo, o the pita, the tera, the femto, the pico. O, mga prefix. Okay? So that if the given in the problem solving have like that, you can also convert directly. First of all, 7.8 hectogram or blah blah blah, convert that to teragram. Because you don't do the prefix. And magkukuha ka ba di ka sa handbook? Kas kay oras. So how about you memorize that where you are still in the first year college or in the high school? All prefixes, no escape. From positive 1 to positive 18. From negative 1 to negative 18. The bingo, it will add scores to your results in the examination. O, diba? Ganon. Okay. Hindi naman itulog sa mga maestra, guys. Okay, o mga maestro. Imordion na po ng kamot ang initiative jud ka. Okay? Ganon. Sometimes, abot sa ng point, guys, doon na diba? If there's an instructor, ganon, you will feel also that you are good than them, even though you are a student. Of course, you will never show that to them in your mind only. Okay? You will think, I'm good than him, I'm good than her, even though he's an instructor. So this is also an inspiration that you study hard, like that. But of course, obviously, you will never say that to your classmates because maybe they will say that you are arrogant or humbug. Just keep that in your mind. O, diba? Something like those. If you want to become a dance lister also, for example, you should not tell your classmate that did you ko magpalupig. It's only in your brain cells na did you ka magpalupig. Okay? In your mind only ba? You will play around in your mind. I will never, did you ko magpapiliti. Kailangan mo tap did ko dito sa kinatasan. Ganon. Diba? Para ma-dance list did ka pirmi. Okay? But you don't have to be showy. That's only in your mind. Ganon. Diba? Okay. Diba na ka sa mga misinterpretations, especially ingon kang hambog, arrogant, gara. Okay? Sa mo gini imong nature, inon jud ka gara. Okay? So mo jud inborn jud ka ba to be like that. Okay? So they will misinterpret always something like that. Okay? If you're open-minded, they know that already also. Okay? You got the point? Yung anak. Okay. First chemical reaction. Nakakaloka. So, sodium erythorbate. Wow. C6H7O6. Okay. This is salt or esters. Esters of ascorbate. Okay. Because Ester is a salt, equivalent to the inorganic compound. But we are referring to organic naman, so ester siya. Result man ng esters. Okay? We have also ether, ha? But this is low organic ether sa functional group, sa esters food. Okay? Be careful also. Okay? Naman lang mga functional group. Ester, ether, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic, amino, ganun, carbonyl group, ganun. So, di ba? Nitrosating group. Kung ito dito ganina, nitrosating group. Itong HNO2. Okay? So, we have the sodium ascorbate plus water. Okay? Imagine na yung duman guys na sa water, ganun, hydrolysis din namin. O ganon. And then esterification da yun eh. Esterification in organic chemistry. Okay? Equivalent to inorganic salt and water. Hydrolysis. Okay? Okay. The same principle but only the application, the terminology, applicability only. Something like that. You get the point. And it will the same produce acid and a base also. But in here, organic acid and organic base. But in the inorganic, of course, inorganic acid and inorganic base. But we don't put usually inorganic because that's understood because we're dealing with inorganic substances, inorganic chemicals. Understood na lang na talaga siya. Okay? Here I put organic because I mentioned really that this is an organic compound. We are not already in the inorganic compounds. Okay? So, organic acid. What will be our organic acid? It's gonna be ascorbic acid because ascorbic man siya. Diba kung dito doon ganina? So, C6H8O6. Acid na ni siya, organic acid na ni siya. Organic base na ni kuwang. Okay? Kung sa may organic, kuha na niya, organic acid. Okay? Hindi mo na lang. Kung sa may organic base ni mo, kung sa mga organic base, ani So, for example, also guys, if there are no instances na hindi mo produce yung organic base, so it could either be an inorganic base because it's also possible. Okay? Either organic acid, then inorganic base. Either also organic base and inorganic acid. As long as there is organic. But sometimes also two will be organic. Organic is acid, organic base. So what I mean, minimum talaga, one of them is organic. Okay? Not all inorganic. But could either one of them. So, that's the point. So in this case, guys, the other is inorganic base. Okay. Okay, sodium hydroxide man. Okay. Inorganic base plus organic acid. Okay. Why is esterification gihapon? Because we are dealing with the material which is an organic compound. This one, sodium. Okay, sodium ascorbate. Ganon. Okay. So, plus water, i-balance na yun yung mga reaction. Sodium, balance. Ganon. Carbon, 6 balance. Diba? Hydrogen, 7 plus 9. 8 plus 9, balance. Balance na yun. So, oxygen, 6 plus 1, balance na yun. So, this is very good also sometimes because it's very direct to balance immediately. Okay? There are cases like this, ha? Okay, ganon. And now, we go back to our general framework of the chemical reaction that in the preservative, coming from the nitrate first. Nitrate. Ganon. Okay. Nitrate. General lang, nitrate. If we say general, it doesn't necessarily to carry the partner. Only the nitrate in the general representation only. Okay? Because this partner is changeable. Variable. Sometimes it could also be lithium, sodium, calcium. That's why we don't put every time the partner of this nitrate. Since we know already that it is sodium. Okay, but this is on a general from representation. So nitrate negative going to nitrite. Okay, ganon. Diba? So muna may tabo. And then, so it's in the nitrite that we add the ascorbic acid. Okay, ascorbic acid or vitamin C to make our nitrosamine in a lower level to avoid cancer. Okay, like that. Get the point. Muna siya ang importante. Muaday tag ascorbic din dapita para mo lesser ang nitrosamine carcinogenic substance. Okay. Okay. Step 2. So, kuhaan din mo ang kuhaan. Based on the general formula, sa ganito, acid ayun, no? So, ang acid, ibutang din mo raw material sa step 2. Okay? O. Ascorbic acid, vitamin C. Sa ganito, i-add mo ang nitrite. Right? So, since, in this case, specific ang atong partner na sodium, so, automatically, sodium nitrite. Okay? Sodium nitrite. Okay. Be sure that your formula will be, I assume already that you know already how to make the compound on my previous block in chemistry last year. You can remember? Okay, so no need to do it again. Okay, like that. Okay, so what's the product for this? Okay, kung sa may mga product anong higayon na. Oh. Tanawa na yun. Okay, so it's not very easy to detect because we use ascorbic acid in general formula. But if we try to break this in HC6H7O6, then it's very easy to do the displacement type of chemical reaction by replacing the, you know, the H with the NO2. But since girambol magunat direct, this is the general formula of ascorbic acid. Okay? Like that. If you really master, then you don't need to break. But for the purpose of discussion, this is the case. Okay, the hydrogen will react to the NO2. Ganon. And the sodium will react to the ascorbate. So that's why your product will be double displacement reaction, partnership, sodium and ascorbate. So sodium, ascorbate. Okay. And then, in O2 plus H, o klaro kayo nitrous acid. Okay? In O2 man, H and O2. Okay, papas. Ganon. So, balance the chemical reaction in your step 2. Kakaloka. Diba? I-balance na yun. O, carbon atoms of 6. Here, 6. Balance. Okay. Hydrogen, 7 plus 1, 8. Balance. Oxygen, 2 plus... Perfect ratio, eh? So, it balance. Okay? Hindi kayo nga kay mabalance pa rin yung preservatives. Okay? Hindi siya paminawon, di ba? Like that. Okay. Number 3. Okay? Kung sa may bato ni number 3 mga palangga, since you know that already, nga mo na siya nahitapuan ng higayuna. Okay. So, add 1 and 2. Mugin na siya mga steps, ha? 1 and 2, and after that, add 3 and 4. Okay, 1 and 2, add na yun. Talagang, ganun. What is the common? Common ang sodium ascorbate, cancel. Okay, like that. Okay, what else? Common. Napa ba? Check. Okay, ascorbic acid. Common, left and right, cancel. Okay, so your chemical reaction number 3 will be now water, okay, plus sodium nitrite, which is your preservative. Okay, nitrite. I will label to make it clear. Preservative, nitrite. Okay, now we'll be producing sodium hydroxide, this one, plus nitrosating agent. HNO2 is a nitrosating agent. So HNO2. Nitrous acid. It's not nitric because it's 2, huh? Okay? Meaning the charge is negative 2. Am I correct? Yes. Because if it's nitric, it's 3. Yeah? NO3. NO2 nitrous, NO3 nitric. This is not nitric, huh? It's nitrous. Okay? Again, always use that in your brain cells that nitrous is the necessary, not the nitric acid. We need to memorize this nitrous acid because this is the component in creating your nitrosamine. Okay? It's not the nitric acid. Okay? Like that. So, like that. Erase this one. Like that. Okay. Ganon. Number 4. If the question will say, guys, like that, what acid responsible for the production of nitrosamine? So, mag-ibog dayon ka. You will answer only nitrous acid. It's not, because you start also with ascorbic acid. Here. Okay? Ascorbic acid and nitrous acid. Because ascorbic acid is part of your total elementary reactions. It's not only the final meaning of the question. For example, blank, okay, is an acid used to produce nitrosamine. A, sulfuric acid and phosphorus acid. B, nitrous, and then you have, if there's a choices there, ascorbic acid and nitrous acid. Answer this one. A, like that, or A and B only. D, none of the above. Nga naman ang mga board examination. Okay, get the point. So your answer will be nitrous acid and ascorbic acid. Okay? So, or it will be revised. What acids found in the preservatives? Okay? So maghibog ko na. Kuya, ano ko yun sa manay? Ang answer niyo po na is ascorbic acid, nitrous acid, okay, like that, and the nitric acid in terms of inorganic chemistry. Here, organic man ta, di ba? Ganon. The point, so, ano siya? Hala guys, wala pa man siya nitrosamine, kasi ito buhaton, inihigay yun na. Okay. We have already the preservative, the nitrite, okay? Like that. So, the curing will be done na in the meat curing. Okay? You put down the water, right? A little bit of water, you put the nitrite powder, blah, blah, so and so the preservative, blah, 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 so and so. Okay, now, use this nitrate to produce another product, this reaction. Okay? Like, so nung buhaton, inihigay yun na. Okay, that's the time. Again, the same with the inorganic. You need to extract the amine compound in the meat. Amine. So, saan itong amine? Okay. NH2. Okay. NH2 amine found in all kinds of meat. May excuse ha kanan. Beef, cow, goat, mutton, camel, sheep, chicken, every mammals or animals, there's an amine. Okay? Okay. We need to add this to the nitrosating agent here. Because I told you, every step you will carry over the acid in the step. So this is an acid here, right? So HNO2, okay, plus amine. That's the time we will produce now the nitrosamine carcinogenic substance that can cause cancer. So nitrosamine is equal now to H2N2O. Okay, then what will you add for this after this, knowing the fact for this? Okay, actually guys, the last step will be a little bit complicated because if you are not familiar with the formula of this nitrosamine, you cannot guess. Okay, because this nitrosamine is not common. Not all chemical engineers know this formula. I'll tell you frankly, even top-notchers, they are not all know this. Okay? We need to research this really, the technical information, what is really the nitrosamine. It's not a guarantee that if you are a graduate with honors, or you're a passer of the engineer's examination, or you're a magna cum laude, it's understood that you know already the nitrosamine. Okay? It depends on the research of the individual person. Okay? It happens that I researched also and I memorized this in high school. Okay? Nitrosamine. Okay, so nitrosamine is the product of nitrosating agent HNO2 plus amine. Okay, now, sir, what's the partner for this nitrosamine? Kung imuling analyze there is HNO2. HNO2. Hala, ano din ka? Amine dari ari. Okay, now if you add that to what will happen? Notice guys, there's a lot of gases. Oxygen gas, hydrogen gas, and nitrogen also can exist in gas vapor, which is the nitrogen gas. So basically, these are all gases if you try to break down them all. Okay, nitrogen, the atomic gas. Okay, N2. H2, also gas. Oxygen is also gas. In fact, there's no solid substance here in question number 4. Okay, you get the point. These are all molecular organic compounds. Molecular, not ionic compound. Yep, yes, really. Because these are all non-metals. Okay, non-metals, basically gases. Okay, and remember, there are 17 non-metals in the periodic table. Right? Like that. 17. Remember. Okay, so it's gonna be like that. So what can we do for this? So normally, we need to add the gases that will escape to the atmosphere. So it will become now oxygen gas going up arrow because it will evaporate to the atmosphere. And we have also to add H2 that will evaporate to the atmosphere, hydrogen gas. So we don't need the hydrogen gas and the oxygen gas, but we need the nitrosamine in our body. But the problem is, if it is in excess, that can cause cancer. Get the point? Okay, HNO2 plus amine is equals to H2NO. Okay, ito po yung mga palangga kong hitad. Ganon. So, mag-balance na yung kachupa-chucho. Okay, in this manner. Okay, i-balance na mo, no? But before balancing also, guys, okay, imo sa tanaw ng equation number 3, kasi mga commonalities. Okay, no? Okay, ganon. Mag-visual inspection na yun ka. Ano yun? So, i-balance-balance din na mo, guys. Nitrogen, pila. 2 o 2 sa dirara. Oo. So, kuwangan mo yung isa. O, i-balance din mo. Anak-anak. So, ikaw yung magdaong gano'n eh. So, oxygen gas. Oxygen 2 plus 1, 3. And here only 2. So, you need to put 2. Right? So, 2 here beside the nitrous acid. O, gano'n. Lang. So, the oxygen now is 4. So, oxygen 4 now. So, since na 4 na siya, put also 2 here. Balance na siya. Okay? Ala, hydrogen will become 6 na talaga. Here. So, we need to balance the hydrogen also here. So, 2 here, 2 here. So, this another 2. So, put 2 here beside that. Okay, gano'n. How about the nitrogen? Ala, nitrogen is 4 there. Adjust the nitrogen in the product. How much? It's already balanced completely. Ganon. Okay. So basically you have 2 moles of nitrous acid plus 2 moles of amine is equals to 2 moles of nitrosamine plus oxygen gas plus hydrogen gas. Okay. This is not yet the final because we need to add this first to the equation number 3. Erase the equation number 2. We don't need this anymore. Okay. So before adding, to check the number of moles. To make it parallel. Look, there are a lot of 2 moles here. So you need to multiply the equation 3 with 2 so that na siya ma-cancel to simplify the chemical reactions. It's not only in math that we need to simplify further the answer. It's also in the chemical reactions. Okay, so 2 times H2O, 2 moles of water. Diba? So 2 moles of this one. You get the point? Sodium nitrite, nakakaloka, is equals to 2 moles of sodium hydroxide. Diba? Okay. And 2 moles of nitrous acid. Okay. Plus this equation number 4. This one. Okay. What is this? 2 moles of HNO2 plus 2 moles of H2 amine is equal to nitrosamine. H2NO plus O2 plus H2. Add this 2. Okay. Erase. So no longer need this one. Okay. So commonalities. What is common here? When you mean of common here, the same chemical formula and the same number of moles. Okay, what? Check. Okay, it's the 2HNO2 cancel. Okay, check another. It's still the same. Nothing na. So 2 moles of water is equal to 2 moles of sodium nitrite, which is this preservative. I will have it here, preservative. So nitrite, and then okay, plus 2 moles of amine, which is found in the meat itself. Okay, is equal to this one, nitrosamine, which is the carcinogenic or carcinogen. Okay, label this one because it is deadly. Okay, deadly. Okay, chronic effect. Okay, plus 2 moles of sodium hydroxide plus oxygen gas going to the atmosphere, arrow up, plus H2 arrow up also going to the atmosphere. So we don't need Now, the water used for curing. We don't need now the oxygen that will go to the atmosphere. We don't need now the hydrogen gas will go to the atmosphere in your process, entire process. This is the entire process of how to preserve the meat, okay, in the processed foods industries. Okay, now we need to eliminate also the sodium hydroxide. We don't need it. We need in the process, but in the actual product, it's not our main concern. Okay, we don't need this sodium hydroxide. Okay, what left now is the preservative nitrite. Okay, in all foods and beverages you found in the market, whether it is canned, plastic, whatever, plastic pack, whatever. Okay, then amine in the meat. Not, I think so. Not only in the meat, but also for the vegetable products preserved inside the packed plastic, okay, or in the can. Okay, we have also a lot, right? Okay. What is the example? The pineapple tidbits, Del Monte pineapple tidbits. It's inside a can, right? And there's a pineapple. So there's also preservative there. There's an amine there. And there's a nitrite there. Okay, then it will develop the nitrosamine. So the nitrosamine is 2 moles of H2N2O. So memorize, guys, the formula of nitrosamine. H2N2O. Then if you forgot, just memorize the general formula. Okay, like that's a R2, ganun chupa-chuchup, diba? N2O. Ganon. Diba? Or you need to break that in a double bond, single bond. R2 and double bond and okay. Like that. Double bond oxygen. O, ganon. Kung di ka makontento, katulad yung usa. R single bond nitrogen, R double bond, okay? Anak na yun, nitrogen, double bond oxygen. Okay. So there are a lot of possibilities that you can makalimot so that you will engrave in your brain cells. Okay? So that if you forgot the other one, and you have still another option. Something like that. Okay, ganon. So ano na siya ang entire reaction of the nitrosamine. Okay, that's the point. Now, in UK, the nitrosamine must be regulated to at least 60%. Okay, below. And be at least 70 grams per day intake in all processed meat. Because in their country, 10,000 people will die every year. Okay? Because of these cancers. But take note, this is generic to all because we also eat processed meat, not only for the UK. Okay, that's why the World Health Organization enforced them to have a law to regulate the raw material, nitrite, in the preservatives, and also to add sodium ascorbate, sodium erythorbate, ascorbic acid, and celery juice powder. If the manufacturer cannot make that one, at least regulate the nitrosamine directly here. Okay, like that. It should be 70 grams per day. Ganon. Okay, ito po yung mga palangga kong hitan. So, any questions so far? Okay, any questions so far? So this is latest ha. The news from World Health Organization is latest. July 12, 2022. That they found out that the bacon is really fortified with a lot of nitrosamines. Something like that. Okay? And thanks to Engineer Timoteo Edulantes, okay, for giving me the link. That's why I blogged this to you guys. Okay? The point. Ana siya. Okay? Manakong anatomy, no? I discussed the anatomy, right? I go the digestive system, blah, 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 so and so. Okay? Then physiology, I also discussed the functions, right? How the digestive, the acid, blah, 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 so and so. The epidemiology, the disease. I discussed already the impact, the bowel cancer, the breast cancer, that's the epidemiology. Now, the last part will be the control measures or the solution. Okay? The first solution is for the manufacturer. Okay, manufacturer point of view. Okay, manufacturing. Because they are the one who make the processed meat food sold in the market. Okay, manufacturer. Okay, the things I discussed already, the sodium ascorbate, ascorbic acid, but sometimes we are not sure kasi, okay, because maybe they cheat the consumers or the customers. So how can we sure? We are not watching there in their processing. Are we sure that they do that? Okay, nobody will audit. If the government will audit, then it is sure. But if there's that's only for documentation purposes, formality, nga. It's not true. So all we have to do is to forget the manufacturer's, measure or intervention. Okay, because we are not sure, they will add this sodium ascorbate, sodium ascorbate, ascorbic acid as antioxidants to reduce the level of nitrosamine in the product. Okay, we go to another control measures number 2. Okay, number 2, what are the other control measures mga palangga kuhitan? Nakakaloka. Okay, what are the other? We need to, reduce, highly technical kasi, we need to reduce the dairy products intake. What are the dairy products intake we have in our daily life? We have the cheese, dairy products. Okay, we have the mayonnaise. Okay, those things. You have the that's dairy products. There's a lot, guys, na mga cheese, wherever. Okay, reduce using that one because these dairy products also have presence of nitrosamine. Okay, number 3, avoid smoking. Okay, because smoking contains nicotine that composed primarily with nitrite. Actually, that's nitrogen converted to nitrite. Okay, and nitrite is a component of nitrosamine. So there's a tendency that you will develop also the cancers I mentioned you a while ago. So avoid smoking or limit smoking or reduce smoking, like that. Okay. Number 4. Since our topic is already the meat, the bacon, blah blah blah, avoid eating. Not avoid. Minimize. Okay, minimize eating pickles because pickles also have this nitrosamine, diba? Because this is preserved inside the bottle with water and the fruit or vegetable or whatever. Okay, like that. Minimize eating pickle. Okay. Number 5, mga palangga, umitan. What else? Okay, what else? Normally, health, fitness, diet, and regular workout, exercise. Okay, like that. Because if you do this, normally the waste products from our body normally contains nitrosamine also because it will go down to the waste products. Though it's not 100%, but at least it will be carried over also to the wastes. Okay, through the sweat, like that, sweat. Okay, because most of the sweat composed of electrolytes or salts. Okay, that's the point. Ganon. So what else? Okay, number 6. Okay, increase the intake of nutrients. I don't have to specify nutrients, you know that already what I mean. A lot, right? You have the minerals, okay, vitamins or multivitamins, like that. Vitamins, specifically the vitamin C, as I mentioned over and over again. Okay, vitamins, like that. We have the antibodies. This is a specialized protein that will usually catch the bad organism, will trap the bad organism, antibodies. Okay, like that. Okay, we have the antigen. Okay, and antigen. That's why we have also antigen test by our doctors. Okay, in our medical technology. What else? Okay, at least you have enough level of your WBC, white blood cells, or the leukocytes. So WBC. Okay, what else? Increasing the levels of your flavonoids. Okay, Flavonoids very important also to maintain a strong immune system against attack of any bad living organism. Okay, so many, right? Bacteria, parasites, worm, viruses, everything. Chupa chucho, name it. Okay, flavonoids. Okay. We have also the, what else? Primary, okay, metabolites. Okay, but usually, sometimes secondary, but more of the primary. I think so. Just review that also in the World Health Organization website, because sometimes also secondary metabolites can be used, but most of the times primary. But this just have secondary, because secondary, based on my memory, is more stable than primary. Okay, the secondary metabolites. Okay, so where can we find the secondary metabolites? This coming from the plants, and then this will be fortified into the vaccine. Okay, vaccine ingredient, antiviral kasi ang secondary metabolites. Okay, and others. Okay, ganon. Na-mention na ba ako tanan? Yes. Oh, okay. Like that. Okay. So this all, number 6 guys, it talks about the immune system. Strengthening our immune system. Number 6. Okay. Then number 1 to number 4, talking about the food lifestyle. Food and drinks lifestyle. And number 5, talking about the exercise. Number 5. So we can summarize this into 3. The control measures will be based on the proper selection of healthy food and drinks. Ganon, di ba? And number 2, exercise. And number 3, okay, we needed to have this, okay, through strengthening our immune system. Ako lang siyang i-summarize. The 6 will summarize into 3. Okay? Is there any missing? Number 7, there's still one. We have the okay, the biome. B-I-O-M-E. Biome family. What's biome family? These are the good bacteria living in our digestive system. That if there are viruses and bad bacteria or whatever, they will fight also in partnership with number 6. Actually, these are multiple tasks. They will help each other just to kill all the bad living organisms so that diseases will not come to you. That's why I say strengthening the immune system, because that's the function of our immune system. Okay, to really prevent diseases and sickness, to make us healthy. Okay, for the number 6. Okay, and then the biome family is the good bacteria. Okay.